Hi, my name is Bo Cisco, the founder and lead instructor of the Behavioral Analysis Training Group. I was asked last week about stopping school shooters, and the person brought up all these great ideas: arming the teachers, more security on campus, walls, metal detectors, all the things that go into preventing a physical attack. Yeah, yeah, good ideas. But what they missed is, and I think a lot of people have to come around to the realization that things are getting better. We're starting to look at this a different way. But these kind of events, this epidemic is never going to stop until we start looking at these shooters as broken children that have spent years spiraling down a tunnel of crisis to the point to where they see no other alternative than picking up a gun and showing the world, getting even. If you look at any given school shooting in the past, say 20 years, where they've really started becoming televised and talked about and analyzed and scrutinized on live TV, think about how many of them we see where the child crawled out for help, called a suicide hotline, told friends, friends went to school administrators, people knew. How many times do you see in the aftermath that, oh, we knew it was going to be that person? Oh, yeah, when I heard there was a shooting, I thought it was him or her. We hear these things. We hear these things a lot, which means this crisis, this broken child was no secret. People don't get up in the morning being well adjusted, flip a coin, and say, hey, I'm going to be a mass murderer today. It's a year upon year journey into crisis that most of these kids go through. I'm not defending them. I'm not saying what they did was right or justified. I'm saying there's a reason, and we need to start looking at the reason. I teach classes on this, and a few years ago, one of my first classes I ever taught on this, it was a scary, eye-opening experience, and I'm going to recount this one experience to show you what the magnitude of this problem is. I had these slides that I would show the class, and most of the class were teachers, some school resource officers, guidance counselors, things like that. And I would show these slides, and they had lists of the attributes of a particular school shooter, and the name wasn't there. And I asked the teachers, who's this person? Thinking that they were going to go into name a school shooter that might have happened. And what happened next shocked me beyond belief, that these teachers were calling out names of students that they knew that were in their schools, in their classes, sometimes this year, sometimes the previous year. And this isn't one person. This was several of them saying, oh, he's in my second class. He's in my second period class. I know him. I hit him last year. I had him for history. And they start coming out telling me these kids' names and where they know them from. And then I click the button on my presenter, and it's the name of a school shooter. And they're gasping. So am I. And this led me to the realization that schools are littered with school shooters, potential school shooters. They're kids in crisis. They're kids going through hell, don't know where to turn, trying to make their way, and they're kids. So they may not have the family support. They may not be able to go to their family. They may not feel that they can go to administrators. They may not feel they can go to guidance counselors, to teachers. They're probably kids that are socially awkward, so they may not have a lot of friends. They may not know the alternatives and resources to go to get the help. Look at the statistics. Most of them socially awkward, come from abused or troubled families. Some kind of mental illness, or at least some sort of medication, trying to help out. Families that they couldn't turn to, or that were apathetic to the situation. They didn't think it was possible. Friends even go to administrators, the school, and say something's not right. This person said this person said that. Calls still go unheeded. In the case of the schools, there's children going through crisis. And luckily, they're not getting to the point of picking up guns en masse because every school has these kids. And let's just say there's 10 steps that they need to take because most of them follow the same steps. Most of them go down the same road. You can look at the profile of your average school shooter, and they're remarkably similar to all the ones around them. But these kids are also in schools. They just haven't made it to the point yet that maybe they graduate. Maybe they just, by luck, make it through. But they're out there. And I don't think we're looking in the right places for them. I'm not trying to sell you a class. I'm trying to tell you that I feel, as over 2 decades in law enforcement, degrees in psychology, studying this topic for a long time, that the real strides in making this different are not going to happen from guns and metal detectors and security. Those are good. Those are needed, but it's not where the real strides are going to come from. It's teaching teachers, school resource officers, guidance counselors, teaching students how to find these kids, how to pick out the crisis amongst them and report it to a school administration that's going to work with it. And then we're going to get progress. We're going to end this, or we're going to cut down on it significantly once we start looking in the right place. Things are getting better. These things are coming out more often now, which I'm glad to hear. Again, my name is Bo Cisco, founder, lead instructor, the Behavioral Analysis Training Group. You can visit my website, www.behavioralanalysistraining.com, for more information on this. I teach online classes and also in-person classes. And very soon I'll be coming out with a class just for students on how to pick out other students and how to present it to their administration in a way that should be recognized. Thank you for your time. Stay ready.